Hi students, myself Vivek Sajjan teaching you science subject in Chandrakant Patel Central School Kalburgi. So this is the 8th standard last lesson, that is chapter 18, pollution of air and water. So in this chapter we are going to see about the pollution of air and the pollution of water. How to reduce the pollution of air and water also we are going to see in this chapter. Okay, so let us start the chapter. Paheli and Bojo were excited to know that Taj Mahal in Agra is one of the 7 wonders of the world. So Taj Mahal is the one of these 7 wonder of the world. You all know that one. But they were disappointed to hear that the beauty of this monument in white marble is being threatened by air pollution in the area surrounding the Taj. So this Taj Mahal beauty is going to be collapsed day by day due to the air pollution which is caused by the factories which are present around the Taj Mahal. So they were eager to know if something can be done to control the air and water pollution. So they were eager to know about to control the air pollution and water pollution. Okay. So we are all aware that our environment is not what it used to be. Our elders talk about the clean water and fresh air that was available in their time. So now the media regularly reports on the falling quality of the environment. We ourselves feel the impact of the falling quality of air and water in our lives. The number of people suffering from the diseases of the respiratory system, for example, is steadily rising. Okay, so due to the air pollution, so a lot of pollution were taking place. For that pollution, some respiratory problems were getting in human beings. Okay, or like asthma also getting due to the air pollution. Okay, so we shudder to imagine a time when clean air and water may no longer be available. You have learnt about the importance of air and water in your previous classes. In this chapter, we will study about the harmful changes taking place in our surrounding and their effects on our lives. Okay, in this chapter we are going to study about the effects by air pollution and water pollution. Okay, so air pollution, we can survive for some time without food, but we can't survive even for a few minutes without air. Without air we can't live, okay, for some minutes also. In this sample fact tells us how important clean air is to us. Okay, so clean air is very important to us, okay, to respire properly. You already know that air consists of a mixture of gases. By volume, about 78% of this mixture is nitrogen and about 21% is oxygen. So air is a mixture of different gases. In that 100% of air, 78% of air is covered by nitrogen and 21% air is covered by oxygen. Okay, so carbon dioxide, argon, methane, ozone and water vapors are also present in very small quantities. So rather than nitrogen and oxygen, we have some other quantities of gases also. They are carbon dioxide, argon, methane, ozone and water vapors are also present in the very small quantities in air. Okay, so you can see this one activity. You may have covered your nose while passing a brick clean emitting smoke, or started coughing while walking on a busy road. On the basis of your experience, compare the quality of air at the places given below. A park and a busy road. Park is having a very clean air when compared to the busy road. Why? Because carbon dioxide is getting from the vehicles. So that's why busy road is consists of very harmful gases when compared to the park. The residential area and an industrial area. Residential area is having the good air when compared to the industrial areas. Why? Because factories will leave harmful gases in the environment. Okay, the busy traffic intersection at different times of a day, example early morning, afternoon and evening. See, in traffic signals we will have very crowd population. This car population, vehicles are very crowd at the early morning session, afternoon and evening. Why? Because official time is there, no, early morning and afternoon they will come for lunch and evening they will go to the home. At that time the traffic signal will consist of harmful gases by the passing of these vehicles. Okay, a village and a town. Village consists of a lot of trees and a village have very pure air when compared to the towns. Why? Because in towns We have a lot of vehicles, so that's why we are having harmful gases in town when compared to the villages. Okay, so this is the activity. You can compare your own and you can make the guess your own. Okay, on your observation in the above activities, could be the difference in the amount of smoke in the atmosphere. Do you know where the smoke could have come from? Addition of such substance to the atmosphere modifies it. Okay, so these the air which comes from the vehicles, factories. Okay, so these will modify the air structure which is present in the atmosphere. Okay, so when air is contaminated by unwanted substance which have a harmful effect on both the living and non-living, it is referred as air pollution. Once again I will repeat, when air is contaminated by unwanted substance, contaminated means consist of unwanted substances which have a harmful effect on both living and non-living things. Okay, it is referred as air pollution. So on living things we are having the respiratory problems as bronchitis and asthma like problems we are getting by the air pollution, and in non-living things, for example, Taj Mahal monument is getting day by day dark due to the air pollution only. Okay, so this contaminated unwanted substance which is harmful to the both living and non-living things is referred as air pollution. Okay, so this darkened you can see in this air pollution, that is the definition for air pollution. You can underline in your textbook also. Okay, how does air get polluted? The substance which contaminate the air are called air pollutants. The substance which pollute the air, that is known as air pollutants. Okay, sometimes such substances may come from natural sources like smoke and dust arising from forest fires and volcanic eruptions. Forest fires ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಕಾಡ್ಗಿಚ್ಚು. ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಡ್ಗಿಚ್ಚಿಂತ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಬರ್ನ್ ಆಗಿ ಸೊ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಮೋಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದಿ environment by natural process. Okay, or else by volcanic eruption also we will get the smoke from the volcanic eruption also, that will also cause us the air pollution by natural process. Pollutants are also added to the atmosphere by certain human activities. The sources of air pollutants are factories, power plants, automobile exhausts, and burning of firewoods and dung cakes. So these are the sources of air pollutants. Okay, the sources of air pollutants are factories, power plants. Power plants means this one electricity production plants are there, no, they are known as power plants. Automobile exhaust means this one vehicle exhaust, vehicle waste gases were coming into the atmosphere, no, so that is known as automobile exhaust. And burning of firewood, so khatigi sudutirilla, that is also one type of air pollutants. They will release the air pollutants. And dung cakes also releases the air pollutants in the environment. See, you can see in this picture the smoke coming from the factories, they also releases the pollutant to the atmosphere. So in activity 18.2 you can see, you might have read in the newspaper that respiratory problems amongst children are rising day by day. Conduct a survey of household in your neighborhood and among friends to find out how many children are suffering from respiratory system. You can go to the house to house and you can collect the information that how many children are facing from the respiratory problems, or else cough, or else this one different types of problems we are suffering from the children. You can survey in your colony. Okay, or else in your friends also you can survey. Okay, so by that survey you will come to know that how many children or how many people are suffering from the air pollution, you can come to know. Okay, by this survey. So many respiratory problems are caused by air pollutions. So let us now try to find out the substance or pollutants which are present in the polluted air. So now we are going to find out the substance or pollutants which are present in the air. Okay, have you noticed how rapidly the number of vehicles is increasing in our cities? See, in our cities, for one house we are having 3 or 4 vehicles. Okay, so this may cause the air pollution. So vehicle produces high levels of pollutants like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide and smoke. Okay, so vehicle will produces a lot of pollutants like carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxide and smoke also they will release into the atmosphere. So carbon monoxide is produced by the incomplete burning of fuels such as petrol and diesel. So carbon monoxide ಯಾವಾಗ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ by incomplete burning of fuels such as petrol and diesel. If they incompletely burnt means the carbon monoxide will release into the atmosphere. It is a poisonous gas. It reduces the oxygen carrying capacity of the blood. So carbon monoxide is a very poisonous gas. It will reduce the oxygen carrying capacity in the human blood. Okay, or else in different animals also it will reduces the oxygen carrying capacity in blood. So do you know if the vehicle registered in Delhi are lined up one after the another, the total length would be nearly equal to the combined lengths of two longest rivers in the world, Nile and Amazon. This much of traffic will take place in Delhi. If you attach Nile and Amazon togetherly, how much long it will there, no? So that much of traffic will take place in Delhi on certain times. Okay. So Bojo remembers seeking a thick fog-like layers in the atmosphere, especially during winters. This is smog, which is made up of smoke and fog. So smog means it is the combination of smoke and fog. Combination of smoke and water is known as smog. Okay, smoke may consist of oxides of nitrogen, which combines with other air pollutants and fog to form smog. Okay, the smog causes breathing difficulties such as asthma, cough, and wheezing in children. This smog will causes the breathing difficulties like asthma will take place, or else cough will comes. So like this difficulties takes place in breathing process. Okay, so many industries are also responsible for causing air pollution. Petroleum refineries are a major source of gaseous pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide. So these petroleum refineries means they will refine the crude oil into petrol, diesel, kerosene, Vaseline, like that. The different refineries will take place in petroleum refineries. They will majorly produce the pollutants like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide into the atmosphere. Sulfur dioxide is produced by the combination of fuels like coal in power plants. It can cause the respiratory problems, including permanent lung damages also caused by sulfuric dioxide. Okay, they will cause the permanent lungs damages to our body. You have already studied about the burning of fossil fuels in chapter 5. The burning of fossil fuel causes will produce the many of the pollutants into the atmosphere. Other kinds of pollutants are chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, okay, which are used in refrigerators, air conditioners, and aerosol sprays. So these chlorofluorocarbons are produced by the using of refrigerator, ACs, air conditioners, and the aerosol spray means this one body deodorant you will use, no, that one will produce the CFCs. CFCs means chlorofluorocarbons damage the ozone layer of the atmosphere. These CFCs will damage the ozone layer in the atmosphere. Recall that the ozone layer protects us from the harmful ultraviolet rays of the sun. So have heard of the ozone hole? Try to find out about it. Thankfully, less harmful chemicals are now being used in place of CFCs. So now government has been banned to using the CFCs in refrigerator and ACs. So now the pollution will become little bit minor pollution were creating by the CFCs. Okay. In addition to the above mentioned gases, automobiles which burn diesel and petrol also produces tiny particles which remain suspended in the air for long periods. Okay, these automobiles means these vehicles will produce a lot of pollutants which produces the tiny particles remain suspended in the air and they will form a fog. Okay, they reduces the visibility of the environment. When inhaled, they causes diseases. Such particles are also produced during industrial process like steel making and mining process. Also, they will create a lot of pollutants in the atmosphere. Power plants gives out tiny ash particles which also pollute the atmosphere. Okay, so these are the pollutants. Today we have seen the pollutants and air pollution. So the introductory part we have seen of air pollution and the pollutants, air pollution definitions. So how the air pollution is getting, this all we have seen in this today's session. So we will see in the upcoming next session, the upcoming chapter. Okay, so thank you guys. If you have any doubts, you please comment in the comment box. I will give the reply for your solution question. Okay, thank you. Bye. Have a nice day.